Hello everyone, it's Pixel again, and we are going to be looking back on MLP Creepypastas. And first and foremost, disclaimer, I own nothing. Everything belongs to the rightful owners, so please go and support them and be nice, please. And yeah. So for this, we're just going to be doing the main 6. And I do plan on covering others about the other characters in MLP, but for now we're just doing the main 6. And we're starting off with Pinkie Pie. Now, of course, obviously the most famous one is, well, cupcakes. And I would argue Silent Ponyville because, well, yeah, like, the first story is about Pinkie and her nightmares and finding the source of them and also coming to terms with her past, as well as to what happened to her sister. But the other thing is that the episode Party of One is like I honestly, I don't know, but it seems like it was like a big influence when it came to, I am so sorry, excuse me, like grim dark stories about Pinkie. Like, and especially, like, with the character of Pinkamena and how she's used, because, yeah, like, she's kind of, well, yeah, like, she's kind of portrayed in some stories as, like, an evil version of Pinkie Pie. And, yeah, and basically that's the way that Silent Ponyville kind of, like, uses her. Like, she's basically a manifestation of Pinkie Pie's guilt and her fears. And and possibly also the fear of becoming like the cult that took away her sister. At least, well, that's just me, but what do I know? But yeah, like, Pinkie Pie, yeah, like, cupcakes was the most, like, popular among them. And actually, I think I will do, like, give the main 6, like, their each separate video. Maybe. But yeah, like, Cupcakes is, and sadly that's the only one I can think about right now, but yeah, sorry. Next up is Fluttershy. Now, Fluttershy, yeah, like, arguably, I think Fluttershy has the most written about her. Like, and yeah, like, I agree with the notion that she, out of all of the main 6, arguably has the most to work with. Like, for example, Butterflies, which is basically, I've seen people say that it's like the Fluttershy version of Cupcakes, only instead of cupcakes, it's, well, butterflies. Sorry about that. Oh dear. Sorry about that. And yeah, like, there's also a few, like, like, Let Her In and The Secret of Everfree, Although I would say that Let Her In is more of a Apple Bloom story, but we'll get to that. We'll get more into that when later, but, well, in another video. But yeah, like, and also because, well, I guess it's just like the kind character snapping, I guess. And yeah, like I said before, Fluttershy arguably has the most to work with. And The Secret of Everfree is Fluttershy basically stumbling upon something that she probably wasn't supposed to see. And of course I've seen some where she turns back into Flutterbat. Because, well, yeah, like, yeah, like, and yeah, like, and like I said before, Butterflies is, like, I don't know, to me, Butterfly is always kind of, Fluttershy in that story, I think she has, like, we do get a more clear answer as to, well, sort of, as to why she does what she does, because with Cupcakes, Pinkie says that, oh, like, your number just came up, and I don't make the rules. So, yeah, like, and also, speaking of which, like, there was, like, a Tumblr blog about Pinkamena, and it really shows, like, another side to her from Cupcakes, and because apparently this desire is, like, comes from a monster inside of her that she feels like she has to feed. And she even admits that she dreams of times where everything can go back to normal. But when she wakes up, she is faced with the reality of the world around her and, well, realizes that it's all just a dream. So yeah, like I said, like, it's cool. Like, it really, like, yeah, like, it really kind of, like, goes into, like Pinkamena's mindset, and, like, basically, and also in some parts, what is she like when she's not doing her job. Sorry about that. But yeah, Fluttershy is... Oh, and there's also, of course, the Flutter Smooze, which is basically kind of like a Channel Zero. It's a part of this other series that I might do in the future, but I don't know. Basically, like, something happened to an actress that was playing Fluttershy at a meet and greet. And yeah, basically she disappeared because she was acting strange, and yeah, like, apparently she disappeared and nobody has found her ever since. But yeah, like, yeah. Next up is Rarity. Now, Rarity arguably, I think, has, like, I don't know, like, Rarity I always kind of felt like had the least stories that were talked about. Well, yeah, like, the ones that had Rarity in it, either as the victim or the perpetrator, like, I don't know, I feel like they don't get talked about enough. One of my personal favorites is Dear Rarity, which is actually connected to two other stories that actually involve Sweetie Belle and a mysterious young girl named Angel Feather, who apparently is feeding off of Sweetie Belle's magic. And yeah, I know I did a review of that story, but Dear Rarity explains, like, basically shows how, like Rarity basically tries to find out what's going on, because she thinks that Sweetie Belle just made up a imaginary friend. And she basically also thinks that Sweetie Belle will just grow out of it, but she doesn't. And eventually she finds the diary of Sweetie Belle, and, well, I won't spoil the ending, but yeah, that series always, like, it always gave me a feeling of unease, because, like, once you, like, get all of the perspectives of a story, like, I feel like, especially with this kind of story, like, it makes you, because, yeah, like, we're never told exactly what Angel Feather is, or what she's doing, or even where she came from. And yeah, so another is Rarity's collection, which basically, I don't know, like, there was always kind of like this thing about Rarity when it came to these stories, that she would either make dresses out of the skin of ponies, or basically anyone. And also, but here she uses mannequins. And yeah, and sorry. Rarity also, and I'll admit, I guess Nightmare Rarity counts, but I don't know, like, and what was it again? I can't remember its name, but it's about Rarity, like, dealing with a monster in her house that's basically taunting her and telling her that she's not good enough. Like I said, I don't remember what it was called, sorry. But yeah, like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, I feel like Rarity just had the least written about her, or maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. Sorry about that. Yeah, maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I don't know. But yeah, like, the ones I have seen about Rarity, they're actually yeah, like, I actually quite enjoy them. Like, it's just, yeah, like, and it also has, like, and I will admit, it actually does, some I have seen do, like, characterize rarity in a rather unique way, is all I can say. And some I've seen, I'm like, yeah, like, and some, dare I say, are even new. Because, well, yeah, like, maybe it's just because I haven't seen rarity, like, characterized that way when it comes to these stories, but that's probably just me. Next up is Twilight. Actually, I think I'll save her for last. And next up is actually Applejack. Now, for the longest time, Applejack never had, like a really definitive story about her. Like with Fluttershy with butterflies, Pinkie Pie and cupcakes. Like, and Rarity with, Nightmare Rarity. Yeah, like, for the longest time, Applejack never had, like, a definitive story about her that was like cupcakes or butterflies or even Rainbow Factory. That was until an apple sleep experiment, which, yeah, like, is my favorite out of, yeah, like, because, like, the ending is just, wow. Like, basically, yeah, like, Twilight, like I said, Twilight basically gives Applejack a sleepless potion because Granny Smith is, she wants to help Granny Smith pay off her debt to Filthy Rich. But the potion works a little too well. And it gets to the point where Applejack doesn't get any sleep at all, to the point where she starts making basically a graveyard out of the orchard, because, like, at one point she breaks both of her legs and is sent to the hospital. But she breaks out, and a few days, and ponies start to go missing. And her friends try to help her, but the CMC get involved, and Apple Bloom manages to give her sister the cure, but she kicks her and sends her flying into a tree. Sorry about that. And, yeah, like, and at the end, Apple Bloom's fate is unknown. So, yeah. There's also a few others that I do like as well, like, I think it was Apple Season, or, no, it's, basically it was about Applejack explaining to Apple Bloom that since she's older, that, like, how they have such a good, explaining how they always, like, have such a good harvest every year. And, yeah. And, yeah, like, so yeah, like, I'm glad, like, for now that Applejack, you know, she got, like, she deserves it, like, 'cause, like, unlike the rest of the main six, like I said before, like, she was the only one I think didn't have, like, a definitive story about her, like Cupcakes or Rainbow Factory. I am so sorry, excuse me. And speaking of which, next up is Rainbow Dash. Now, yeah, like, Rainbow has the most written about her, either as the victim or as the perpetrator. And of course, the most popular was Rainbow Factory, which, yeah, like, it's basically, and also Pegasus device, which, yeah, like, sorry about that. And to be honest, for the longest time, like, I didn't know why Rainbow had the most written about her, because, like, I would say it's because, well, like, Fluttershy, maybe it's because, like, because Rainbow was always, like, the daring one, the adventurous one, and, or, like, she was, like, a fan favorite, but, like, I don't know, like, Fluttershy, I get the feeling it's just because, like, she has the most to work with. And, yeah, and of course, there are others such as Rocket to Insanity, and, yeah, like, and what else? And what else? And because, well, and I also think that maybe it's because, like, maybe Rainbow just fits in the roles of either as the victim in the story or as the perpetrator. Like, I guess it's because she fills both roles so well. And, yeah, like, she fits both of those parts well. And there's also Scream and Silence, which Rainbow is basically invited over to Vinyl and Octavia's house. And, yeah, like, but it turns out that they wanted her there because, well, there's something else going on. And, yeah. And there's also one where if I remember correctly, where, oh yeah, like, I'm sorry, I'm so dumb. What was it? It's, oh, I think it was, like, the 28 Pranks Later story, which, yeah, like, the first one is about, yeah, like, how Rainbow, like, she's basically doing community service because of what she did, and, but of course she notices that something smells bad in the barn where she's picking up the joke cookies. And basically it starts to just get out of control. And basically, yeah, like, all of the ponies, since the cookies are everywhere, they start getting infected, and at the end, yeah, it's not pretty. But yeah, like, there's also Don't Open the Door, which is actually about Rainbow and Applejack, which I might do a review on, but for now I'm just, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, and what else? Oh. Yeah, there's also one where Rainbow breaks one of her wings and goes to Zecora for some medicine to help her, but she's being followed by Pinky, but it's soon revealed that this being isn't Pinky, it just looks like her. But at the end, it seems like Rainbow didn't get away. Yeah. And yeah. So, and last but not least, though, Twilight. Who, let's say there's a lot about Twilight. Like, yeah, like, Fluttershy, well, actually, no, like, the thing is with these kinds of stories about Twilight is that, well, Lesson 0. Yeah, basically, yeah, like the episode Lesson 0, and because that Twilight is always on the brink of snapping, which, yeah, like, gives a lot of inspiration to make these kinds of stories about her. I am so sorry. I am bad at this, but yeah, like, a few of my personal favorites are Diary of a Time Looper and Hey Twi, and what else about What Have You Done, and as well as Twilight's Dollhouse, which I may get back to, but it's just, I don't know, like, I know it's been a long time since I reviewed Twilight's Dollhouse, it's just that, like, I just feel like I haven't found time to get back on it. But I probably will, I just don't know when. Sorry, I'm just, like, it's been, it's just, well, yeah, like, I just don't know when I'll be able to do it. Sorry about that. But yeah, like, sorry. Like, Twilight's Dollhouse has always, like, characterized Twilight in the fact that she's practically immortal and will have to... She basically realizes that, like, after losing Shining Armor and Cadence, she basically comes to the realization that she will have to say goodbye to her friends, but she basically finds kind of a workaround to that by basically turning everyone into dolls and thus making them live forever with her. But of course, yeah, like, it really explores, like, the things that, like, how far, like, would you go to keep, like, your friends or your family or someone important to you in your life? Like, how far will you go? And and it also, like, shows, once again, like, kind of, like, the side of immortality, like outliving, like, the character that's immortal outliving their loved ones, their friends, basically anyone. And yeah, basically Twilight just, yeah, like, she basically spirals into madness. And there's also Haunting Nightmare and Forever Faithful, which like I've said in my review of Forever Faithful, like, Twilight basically kind of becomes like this Grim Reaper-like character, where after her funeral, she is still able to send letters to Celestia even though she was gone. But as the letters keep piling up, Twilight basically says that she feels alone and that she wants her friends to be with her. Which, yeah, like, basically we see Twilight lose herself, like, basically lose her humanity. Because, yeah, like, she realized, well, a part of her realizes what she did to Rainbow, but she admits that she doesn't care and that she doesn't feel bad. She just has... I am so sorry, excuse me. She just has, like, this emptiness inside. I am so sorry, excuse me. That's yearning for more, and one by one they lose each of the main 6. And looking back on it, I'm kind of surprised that Spike was never brought up. So I can only assume that he survived, but who knows? And like I said, also, that Diary of a Time Looper is one of my favorites because, yeah, like, you basically just feel the frustration of Twilight as she tries to find out how to get out of this, but... And, of course, also there's the... And there's also one called Scarlet Sunrise. I think that's what it was called, or Scarlet Sunset. Which I haven't read, but I heard it's good, so... And that the ending is... Yeah, is something... is just wow. So, yeah, all in all, I do plan on doing, like, the main 6 separate in the future, probably, but yeah, for now, that's all. But regardless, I do hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!